Hey folks, Arizona guy here. It is September 4th, 2022. Another day in the Biden-Harris America. So folks, I'm going to put a video up right here. Watch it, and then we'll talk about it when you're done. Folks, it's a pretty sad day in America. The leader of the free world, Joseph R. Biden Jr., the supposed president of the United States, he certainly doesn't act too much like the president of the United States. He acts more like some third world dictator type person. So he doesn't like the Make America Great Again agenda. He says it, Joe Biden says that it hurts the soul of America. Now, actually folks, how does putting America first affect the soul of the nation? Doesn't that seem kind of strange to you? It seems like if you put America first, it would actually only help the soul of the nation. How does putting a country first, such as America, how does it damage or hurt the actual soul of America? Because Joseph R. Biden, he wants to put China first. He wants to put Russia first. He wants to put all these other countries first over his own country, America. And folks, it's really sad, but it's not just Joe Biden. It's how the Democrats think about their own country. They seek to do harm to the very country that they grew up in, that they live in. Folks, I'm telling you, man, I don't get it.
Political junkies saw a lot of headlines this week about Republican concerns over their plans to retake control of the House and Senate in midterms. Is it all overblown? Joining us here in Washington, Congressman Tom Emmer of Minnesota, who leads the committee working to elect Republicans to the House. Congressman, welcome to Fox News Sunday.
Great to be with you, Mike.
So you heard your counterpart, Congressman Maloney. I want to give you a chance to respond.
Well, this election, Mike, can be summed up with one word: it's security. It's about Americans' economic security. It's about Americans' physical security. You didn't hear any of that being talked about. On the economic front, because of failed Democrat policies, Americans are struggling. They have to make difficult choices every single day about groceries and gas. And on the security side, the physical security, Democrats' pro-criminal policies have literally made our cities war zones. If you look at, for instance, the congressman's own state, New York City, they are experiencing a crime epidemic because of cashless bail, which he supports. You look at my city of Minneapolis. Minneapolis has already had 6,000 assaults reported since the beginning of the year. And look, it's about the southwestern border being run over by cartels who are terrorizing American citizens, about every community in this country having to deal with a fentanyl crisis and parents wondering if their child's going to be the one that dies next. This is a security election. It's about groceries and gas. It's about being safe and secure in our homes and our communities. Democrats have caused this problem. They're going to pay for it at the ballot box.
Let's talk about the battle for control of the House. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy initially talked about maybe winning as many as 60 seats, but that prediction has been quietly scaled back among some Republicans. This week, Quinnipiac found more Americans approve of how congressional Democrats are handling their jobs than how congressional Republicans are handling their jobs. Also this week, a Wall Street Journal poll has Democrats up 3 points over Republicans on the generic ballot. Republicans were up by 5 points in March. And the poll has independents favoring Democrats 38 to 35 in March. Republicans were up 12 points with independents. Why are you losing momentum right now?
I don't think we have. Certainly, I think some people needed to understand that a year ago was not going to be today. As you know, I talked about getting past the Labor Day weekend when everybody starts to engage, and I like where we're at, Mike. Right now, we're almost 7 points better on the generic ballot than we were just 2 years ago. In fact, on Election Day in 2020, Democrats on the generic were a plus 6.5. And I'll remind you that we not only held every Republican incumbent for the first time since 1994, but we picked up 15 seats in an environment where it was predicted we were going to lose 15. The other thing you should look at is my counterpart announced a huge media buy last week. He's spending millions of dollars defending Democrat incumbents who are in seats that Joe Biden won by double digits. Look, money talks, and money is painting a pessimistic future for Democrats at the midterms.
Congressman, the Washington Post reports, quote, at least 9 Republican congressional candidates have scrubbed or amended references to President Trump or abortion from their online profiles in recent months. Has the NRCC recommended to candidates to back off their strong anti-abortion views?
Well, I'm not going to repeat the way the Washington Post reports things. I trust our candidates to know their districts and know how they're going to appeal to their voters, the voters that are going to turn out in November and elect them to the next Congress. That being said, if Democrats want to make abortion the main issue, when every poll we have seen says that the economy and the cost of living is the #1 issue, good luck to them trying to defend their extreme position.
Career, the Biden political career, we're going to end it. Our country's going to hell. Our country is going to hell. This election is a referendum on skyrocketing inflation, rampant crime, soaring murders, crushing gas prices, millions and millions of illegal aliens pouring across our border, race and gender indoctrination, perverting our schools, and above all, this election is a referendum on the corruption and extremism of Joe Biden and the radical Democrat Party. If you want to stop this destruction of America, you must vote Republican. You got to get out and vote. As you know, this week, Joe Biden came to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to give the most vicious, hateful, and divisive speech ever delivered by an American president, vilifying 75 million citizens plus another probably 75 to 150, if we want to be accurate about it, as threats to democracy and as enemies of the state. You're all enemies of the state. He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth? The enemy of the state is him and the group that control him, which is circling around him. Do this, do that, Joe. You're going to do this, Joe, right? I think Philadelphia was a great choice to make this speech of hatred and anger. His speech was hatred and anger. By the way, the next morning he forgot what he said. You saw that? They asked him about, I didn't think I said that, did I? Oh, no. How'd you like the red lighting behind him like the devil? But Philadelphia was a great choice because the city is being devastated under Democrat rule. Devastated. Hate to tell you, we love Pennsylvania.
But I shouldn't say that. I do kind of get it. If you look at Australia, okay? So Australia used to be a very strong, independent country. But look at the influence that the Chinese Communist Party now have in Australia. Australia now is probably one of the wokest, weakest countries on the continent. It's really pretty appalling, the influence that China has on Australia. It's really kind of sickening. I mean, look at, so since China's influence in Australia, they have banned guns, they had buyback programs, they literally crushed and burned millions of guns in Australia. So the Chinese influence in Australia has basically made it a dictatorial country with an oligarch instead of an actual president. It's really bizarre. And I get that Joe Biden wants to do the same thing to America. The Democrats want America to become Australia because with all the debt we have with China, Joe Biden and the Democrats are trying to pay back China. Let's see who's calling. Spam call. Always spam. Every time I'm trying to make a video or do something, I get 10 spam calls a day in Arizona. But anyway, just look at the influence and what has happened to the country of Australia since the big influx of the Chinese Communist Party over that country. Well, Biden and the Democrats, I mean, they're headed for the same thing. They basically want to give the Chinese influence in America, give them property in America to pay debt, because we owe so much to the Chinese. And every day the Democrats borrow more and more American taxpayer money because they want, the intention is to actually bankrupt America. So we are all special deals with China, trying to spread Chinese influence more throughout the United States. It's crazy, folks. I mean, we have got to get some constitutional people back within our American government. I mean, think about it. The fraud that was pulled between 51 of America's national security advisors who lied, all of them lied, that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, so that none of us would pay attention to what was going on within the Biden family and corruption with all these other countries like China and Russia. And most likely, I'm not going to say for sure, but most likely also including the country of Iran. Because now Biden wants to renegotiate the Iran deal along with Obama. And we know that Obama is telling Biden and Biden's White House staff to do this. I mean, I think we all pretty much have a good idea about Obama is actually running the country. Joseph R. Biden is just a puppet. See what I mean, folks? Now it won't let me shut it off. Pretty sad. All these spam calls just keep rolling in all the time. And most of them are about solar energy. Do you want solar panels on your house? APS, Arizona, will pay for it. And we all know what a scam that is. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much what I have for you today. Sorry for the disruption with my phone. I probably should turn it off when I'm making videos. But you get to hear my Hawaii 5-0 ringtone. Oh, man. Alright, folks. That's what I have for you today. Please subscribe. Share this video on your social media. Have a wonderful day. Arizona Guy. Out.